Wow. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable, guys. I said in my prediction video earlier this week that No Mercy was going to be a historic night, and holy shit was it ever. Guys, I can honestly say that this probably might have been the greatest, if not actually one of, if not the greatest NXT PLE we've had all year long. So without any further ado, let us discuss the results of NXT No Mercy, and it kicks off with a one-on-one match between Javon Evans and Josh Briggs. Now, obviously, we saw last night on SmackDown after, excuse me, after Javon Evans failed to capture the United States title from Sami Zayn, Josh Briggs attacked Javon Evans with a wicked clothesline, and yeah, that literally sparked the rivalry even further. And the match itself earlier tonight was truly like one of those matches that would be the match that would set the tone for the entire night, and boy did it ever. This was exactly what we had expected. The clear case of David versus Goliath. The final moments, not one, but two cutters to Josh Briggs for Javon Evans to pick up a massive victory, proving that the young OG is exactly that. He is indeed a young OG. This dude truly knew what he was doing in the ring. And there's there's really no telling what to expect for Josh, or rather what the future holds for Josh Briggs. Because I talked about it earlier this week. I asked the question, what would happen if Briggs won the match? It would put him in line for future opportunities at potentially the NXT title or the NXT North American title. But now, what happens now? He lost. What's next? Where does he go from here? At this point, the possibilities are out there, but as far as Javon Evans, the sky is the limit. Next up, originally it was supposed to have been Lainey Reed challenging Sol Ruca for the WWE Women's Speed Championship. However, yesterday she suffered a foot injury during training, and unfortunately, she was not medically cleared. So who stepped up? None other than Jada Parker, and it completely backfired on Jada because Lash Legend came out and cost her the match. And obviously you guys are fully aware, when it comes to WWE Speed, the tournament is always 3-minute matches. The title match is a 5-minute match. Lash Legend took a spear from Zarya to ensure that Jada Parker would get hit with a Soul Snatcher for Sol Ruca to retain the WWE Speed Women's Championship, proving that the spear was indeed worth it. However, later on in the night, Lash Legend came out and started talking about the announcement that Ava made regarding NXT Invasion, which is NXT versus TNA. And she literally was like, if there's anybody that can lead the women's division, it's me. And Jada Parker was not having it, and they started to beat the hell out of each other. And this rivalry, the rivalry between Jada Parker and Lash Legend at some point has to come to an end. But the question is, when does it end? Will it ever end? That is for Ava to decide. But congrats to Sol Ruca and big shoutouts to Lainey Reed. Hopefully we will see her back in the ring sooner rather than later. Next up is was a crazy matchup. A weaponized steel cage. And before I get to that, I don't know what the hell happened, and I don't know if any of you guys even noticed it, but right when the match got to the closing moments, I literally had to watch No Mercy on my phone to get off Peacock on my Fire Stick to force stop Peacock and then get back onto Peacock on my Fire Stick to watch No Mercy. I don't know if that ever happened to you guys, but that's what happened to me, because I guess it just kept it kept buffering for a second. That would get to the match. The audio and the picture were completely out of sync, so I don't know what the hell that was about. I honestly don't know. But Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace, we knew that this weaponized steel cage match was going to be chaotic. We knew that it was going to, and boy was it ever. Tables were involved, chairs were involved, a fucking hair dryer was involved. Yes, you heard me right. A pink hair dryer was involved. A pink steel chair, a pink kendo stick, two pink steel trash cans. One of them had a cartoon had a cartoon artwork of Blake Monroe's face on the trash can. Yeah, which was insane. We even also saw Blake Monroe do the unthinkable of cutting Jordan Grace's hair. Literally locks of her hair sprinkled all over the ring, and Jordan Grace was livid. We even saw a bag full of diamonds get used as well, which completely backfired on Blake Monroe, not once but twice, and the second time came at the final moments of the match when Jordan Grace hit an air raid crash onto Blake Monroe onto the diamonds for Jordan Grace to finally get the victory over Blake Monroe. Now, as far as what the future holds for Jordan Grace, obviously it is the NXT Women's title, but as far as the glamour goes, there's no telling. I mean, the rivalry literally started at Evolution just a couple months ago, and it literally culminated tonight. So there's really no telling what's going to be next for Blake, but the possibilities are truly out there. Next up, the NXT North American title between Ethan Page and Tavion Heights. Let's be real. If I'm being completely honest here, we knew that Tavion Heights had a lot to prove, and I think even in defeat, he has proven that he is ready to be a singles champion. But again, emphasis on the word lost, because he lost to a twisted grin for Ethan Page to retain the North American title. And at the final, and as Ethan Page was celebrating, the AAA Latin American champion Elio Del Dr. Wagner Jr. appeared on the Tron saying, "You may have your eyes on my title, but I've got my eyes on yours. I'll be seeing you soon." Which proves that we could potentially see a winner-take-all match. Champion versus champion, title for title, potentially at a future AAA event on YouTube. Come on. Even you guys have to admit, that would spell out big box office money right there, 100%. But huge props to Tavion Heights. Huge props to him. Hell of an effort. But it was all in vain against all ego. Next up, we've got the NXT Women's title between the hometown girl Lola Vice and JC Jane, with Fallon Henley at ringside. Now, of course, too, if you guys remember, I talked about it in yesterday's video, where Jasmine Nix was viciously attacked backstage out of nowhere this past Tuesday, And that was a write-off for her to leave WWE because she announced that she was going to be leaving WWE. No one knows, but no one knows who attacked Jasmine next. So JC Jane went at it with Fallon Henley only at ringside, and we knew that Lola Vice's family was going to be there, and all eyes were on that matchup 100%. We knew that Fallon Henley was going to get involved, and she did multiple times. And the last straw was when she pulled the referee away from the pinning predicament, kicking Fallon Henley off the ringside area, and in the final moments, Lola Vice. This was back and forth, by the way, huge matchup, back and forth, near fall after near fall, super kicks. It was all over the place. But in the final moments, some unknown person attacked Lola Vice out of nowhere. And as Lola Vice broke the count, she got hit with a rolling encore for JC Jane to walk out still the NXT Women's Champion. But the question is, who attacked her? Who was the one that attacked Lola Vice? Maybe it was Lainey Reed. Some people believe that it was Lainey Reed with the slight altercation that they had moments before the match even took place. Some people believe that it was someone from TNA. Others believe that it was someone from NXT who hates Lola Vice. No one knows. No one knows. Some people even believe that it was Mandy Rose that attacked her. But apparently, there hasn't been any talks of Mandy Rose coming back to WWE. So, who could it be? Only time will tell. But speaking of history, we now move into the main event. And this was literally the main event that everybody was looking to watch. Obafemi, Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship. And if I'm being completely honest here, there is no denying it. There is no doubt in my mind that Ricky Saints was going into this match with a lot of momentum. He literally came into this match with so much momentum. He threw everything at Obafemi. Obafemi threw everything at Ricky Saints. Ricky hit Obafemi with a spear, a power bomb. It was all over the place, and he even took a fall from Gray's power bomb from Obafemi and still kicked out. And in the final moments, it took not one, not two, not three, but four. You heard me right. 4 DDTs to Obafemi for Ricky Saints to become the new NXT champion. Honestly, it was truly, it was truly a match that no one will ever forget. And the question now becomes, what's next for Obafemi? Honestly, only one thing there is only one thing that is next for Obafemi. 2 words. Main roster. You heard me right. It is now. I believe it is time for Obafemi to get called up to the main roster, which we could see as early as next month, maybe, potentially after Survivor Series, which will take place in San Diego. So, I mean, the possibilities are out there. But congrats to Ricky Saints on becoming the new NXT champion, and congratulations to Obafemi on such a lengthy reign as NXT champion. In fact, I believe he is now. I believe he has surpassed Finn Balor, if I'm not mistaken. I want to see something. I believe he has officially surpassed Finn Balor as NXT with one of the longest reigns as NXT champion, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's see. Here we are, NXT Championship. I am on WWE.com's official website right now. Looking to see. Here we are. So right now. So Finn Balor once held the NXT Championship. His first reign as champion, he held it for 292 days. Obafemi, he's actually close. 262 days as NXT champion. So huge congrats to Obafemi on such an incredible reign as champion. Mad props to him, and congrats to Ricky Saints. The future is definitely bright for the Revolution, but it's also pretty bright as well for the Ruler. And on that note, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more premium live event predictions and results in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.